And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is great to be back. I have missed all of you, and we're gonna have some fun. I was busy this last couple of days. Um, I couldn't help myself. I had to build things. Hey, Chair, how's it going? Welcome. We're gonna be doing some more decorative nonsense today. And so let's hop in here. Let me show you what we got happening. So yeah, I came through, and I've obviously the brewer's been here, but I put in a floor and a handful of other floors like this one. Well, okay, that's only halfway there, but that one down there, I got a digging mood, and I put on a movie, and I just dug, and I put in some floors. It was great. But today, we're going to decorate this room and hopefully get something in place so that this looks... I mean, it already looks better having the floor not snow, but we'll see how the rest of this goes. But I don't know if it's going to work. So we're going to figure some things out. What I do need, though, is some smooth sandstone. There we go. Oh, man. So I hope you all had a great week. It's been fun. I've been off of work, which is always exciting. Then, of course, Christmas was Thursday, so that was great. Also, my items are not stacking right. That's great. Every once in a while, I do want an auto stack feature, like an auto sort or something for my inventory. Okay. He's dark up here. He's scary and dark. Okay. I know it is almost a new year, which is a little bit crazy. I have to admit, I am not ready for a new year to be here. Also, it's my sister's birthday in a couple of days. That's also weird. But then again, so is my sister, so, it's all good. Nah. I love my sister. She's fun, but my family is just weird in general, so, I don't know that I like that. I feel like I do need to frame out this, but it feels a little weird. Happy birthday in case you missed it. Yeah, no, my sister was actually born on New Year's Day, so she has it's always weird dealing with her birthday. She had a number of sleepovers that were combination birthday and, hey, let's stay up till midnight. Yep. It was a special breed of fun. I need something else in there. I don't know. You know what? Maybe what I need to do is actually sort of decorate the machine or figure out what's happening with the machine itself. And then I can get the rest of the stuff around it, maybe? Because all of this stone, right? All of the smooth stone, I think that needs to come out. So... yeah, that's going to be a thing, I think. Question is, given the way what's going on here, I think, maybe, perhaps, possibly. Where did I leave all of the wood? My shulker monster is growing. And I don't know where anything is anymore. Let's grab some stripped, or some... We're going to grab regular oak, and we're going to strip it. Strip it real good. Because I don't... actually, I might end up replacing that too. Alright, so let's go ahead. Take out this stone. And where did I put the logs? There they are. Sweet. Let's just put a few in here and just see what this looks like. It doesn't matter what these blocks are as long as they're solid. And we'll pass redstone signal. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Okay. I can live with that. All right, so let's go ahead and, again, pop all of this stone out. Yeah, but it was good. It was a good Christmas. Nice and chill. No snow this year, but that's not overly surprising. It doesn't snow that often where I live. Not that it doesn't get, mind-numbingly cold. I want my axe back, please. Thank you. But we don't get a huge amount of snow. All right. Hi, I would like this block, please. Thank you. All right. So that works. Let's go ahead and get our levers back in. These are important since they control the system. That's... Yeah, see, that's the item selector. Your ingredient selector. So if we want rabbit's feet, and this will be a thing. I don't know what the thing is going to be, but it's going to be a thing. Netherwort. That's the thing. Then just select netherwort, and it'll go into the potions. Okay. Nice and easy control system. At least that's the theory. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to continue that line across since we've got it. We'll see. I don't know if I want to break this up or not, but for now we'll go with it. I can't put that above this chest, otherwise I can't open the chest, and that would be unfortunate. So, since that is the output of this system. Also, this block doesn't actually need to be there. So, it was just there so that I could place this chest. Which is handy. It's nice to be able to place things. Actually what might be good, maybe let's take this out. Let's continue our smooth stone up this way. If I bring this up here, so it's sort of like that, this staircase, this wall here. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong stone. That's sandstone, and I need smooth sandstone. This one. Oh yeah, it's going to be so smooth. Just like that move you tried to get a date and it worked out really well. Yeah, that level is smooth. Okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. And I can... Oh, if I run oak above those pistons, I don't think there's anything special up there. So, yeah, just because I built the machine doesn't mean I know how it works. Okay, so we're going to hope and see. Okay. No, I do actually understand how the machine works. It's just a matter of making sure that I actually have all of the bits and bobs. So I'm not accidentally clipping some redstone somewhere or doing something else because... Where did I put that wood? There it is. Ha! Logs? Thank you. And I don't need the regular sandstone. Smooth? Probably. The regular, not so much. Alright, yeah, so we'll bring this across the top. Now, what I might do... And it might get a little... Oops. Yeah, okay, go there. It might get a little funky because of the power, but I might take some shelves and cover up those pistons. Let me see. I do have a couple of shelves on me. I don't think I'm going to go with the oak, but yeah, unfortunately, they get powered and it changes what they look like. which is, in this case, I think not something I want. It's, also, I think I need some light up there, so we'll deal with that here in a minute. Okay. Because that's the other side of this. It might be nice if I put a ceiling on this thing. I know I've got the roof going up there, and I was thinking I might originally, or my original thought was that I might just go ahead and leave that open. But now that I'm getting this in place, I don't think I want to do that. I think I do want to go ahead and put a roof in. It's just a question of what and where do I want the roof. And if I come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it basically puts it up that high, right? Because this wall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I were to put a ceiling, actually just the level I put all of that oak in, it might be okay. All right, I'm gonna let's peel back the curtain and or the fourth wall here. Take a little bit of a moment. Part of the reason I want to decorate this is I want to show what it looks like when it's all, you know, decorated and fancy, so that I can use that as part of a video on, hey, this is what this system looks like, and building it in a tutorial, and hey, this is what it looks like when it's all decorative and stuff. So I really need to actually show the whole thing. So I probably need to put a ceiling at the very top of that. Oops, that's the wrong button. So now what I could do, I actually could put the ceiling at basically the level of these blocks. These blocks are just here to cover the hoppers so they don't get anything in them that they shouldn't get. And, you know, to cut slag a little bit, you know, so that those hoppers aren't constantly looking to see if you've thrown something down or whatever. Okay, so the question is, what do we do? All right, so if I do that, oh, let's try something. Let's bring this sandstone up this way. All right. Now, again, I can't put the logs over this chest. All right, those logs can't go over this chest. That's how you put water bottles in the system. Plus, I might, well, yeah, I might put a second water bottle chest in there, which is totally doable. You just have to, you can't put it above it. You have to put it, you put it next to and run hoppers over and into this one feed hopper. Okay. Totally doable. Not a big deal. Just gotta, you know, do the thing. Okay. So if I do that, right. So I can't put that. Am I bored when nobody talks to stream? No, man, I'm playing Minecraft. I mean, things can get interesting when I talk to people in stream, but no, man. All right, so it's just a matter of, hey, how do I want this to look? Okay, so we've got the control system going up here. Now, what I could do, again, I can't put a solid block over that. But what if I were to take some birch? Do I get some birch? I'd have to put in some stairs, but if I were to bring in birch this way, yeah, as I said, I would need stairs or something over the chests so they'll open. And I have too much scaffolding in my inventory. Okay. All right, and I'll have to swap out those things. But all right, if I put a stair here, right, so that you can still open the chest. Now, that might be an issue because I want to be able to people need to be able to potentially get in here and check on this brewing stand. So what if instead of blocks, we do trapdoors, which I put away. Cool. All right. So trapdoors, I put in a box. They go in somewhere where I lost them again. Okay, birch trapdoors. Here we go. Not the oak ones. I need ones that are solid. Okay. Okay, something like that. Now I couldn't put one here even if I wanted to because like this lever does stuff and it would flip a trap door if that were there, which would be bad. So I'll need something solid there. Is that sideways slabs? I mean, they do. They're called shelves. But, which would be another possibility to put there, actually. But a little bit of something here. I would need to flip those so they're all facing the right way, but in fact, this one I'd want to have facing down anyway. Okay, something along those lines, right? And obviously I'd have to do some funkiness over here to make that all match, but that way you could get in here, you could reach this brewing stand if you to check on its levels, make sure everything is behaving itself. I like that. All right, let's temporary block there. Okay, we'll just pop that in place. Awesome. Now, what's going to go on top of that? What is going to go on top of that? Now, I could... Oh, that would be an interesting addition. If this side is just water bottles, I could make this side blaze powder. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. And it makes it symmetrical. I had chests. Maybe I didn't have chests. Maybe I turned them all into shulker boxes for this monster because the shulker monster must grow. That's just how this works. Okay, I do not have chests. Awesome. All right. Well, fortunately, there's a whole, crafting thing we can do here. So yeah, so if I were to come in here with some chests, I need a hopper. Oh, it's like, why did I hear all sliminess? Yeah. Slid down my decorations. It happens. All right. So what I'm going to do then is let's take a hopper. We'll slide that in right like that. Nope. Close. We're very, very close. That way. All right. And then I can just drop a chest like that. So this one will just be water bottles. Okay. And this one will be blaze powder. I need a sign. Do I have a sign? Do I have white or pale oak? Okay. That would probably be a no. All right, fine. Maybe no? I don't know. saw that goat in there. I thought it was a polar bear for a minute, which would be a really cool thing to have in the snow globe. But yeah. Also, this copper is oxidized. This is looking really cool. This, I think, would look better if I took it back to plain copper. So we're running some experiments with those, Snoopers and I. So we'll take a look. But, oh, hang on. I just ran past a shulker box. Not that one. This one. That has pale oak in it. Also, apparently, quartz. All right, but I'm fairly certain. I'm going to bring that pale oak with me anyway. I'm fairly certain I have a pale oak sign. You know what? I should probably change out those. There it is, a pale oak sign. Awesome. Change out some of those signs. The blocks for the logs are okay, but some of them, like the dark oak, which is here, the spruce that's over here, are kind of hard to tell apart sometimes. So it might be better if I put the saplings in. Saplings might be easier to see. Oh, also I put in this tunnel. I need to put a door here, but we'll see what all that decorative nonsense looks like when I get down to it. All right. You know, you need a secret tunnel into the storage area. Plus, I got tired of running all the way around, and if someone's coming over here to brew, they can just come out of the portal and come do the thing. All right. So if I put that chest there, we line this sucker up to be blaze powder, okay? Because blaze powder and bottles you can feed through the same hopper. This way you don't have to. You can just put blaze powder in one, hoppers in the other. And then, if I wanted to, I could. I might swap one of those around, but I could then continue my trapdoor shenanigans coming up this way. I might, honestly, I might change out the signs too if I wanted that. Now this has to be open because that's just part of the interface. No, I think actually I want those to be stairs. Let's come through here. Do I have birch stairs? Not on me. That would make too much sense. Where's that box of random garbage? I have many boxes of random garbage. This just happens to be one of them. I need the stairs. We're gonna craft the stairs. We'll craft the stairs. Also, I can put my redstone blocks away. All right. So, we'll just pop right on up this way. This goes away. That goes away. And I think I want the stairs to face like this. Okay. Woohoo! All right. That might work. Emphasis on the might and also the work. I don't know. Ah, cheese monkeys. All right, try this again. All right. So if that goes like that, what I could do, I don't know if this, let's just see what the, like I could put shelves in like that, though it might be better if I use birch ones. Honestly, I might put the birch ones all the way across, perhaps? Because the birch shelves look sort of like this. In fact, hang on, let me put a little... Right, the birch shelves look like this. Yeah, let's Let's make some birch shelves. All right, let's make with the strippy. And we'll see what we get. Okay, so we shelf. Birch shelf, thank you. All right, so let's put these in and just see what it looks like. And I'll need a little bit of something else here. This chest is... It's important, but you don't ever have to get into it, so I'm not worried about throwing a block over it. Okay. Yeah, might take it all the way across, but might be good. Also, if I want to do... I've got this set up here. Or I can continue this. That's an idea. On the other hand, if I were to do something along these lines, I can't do that. Those'll, if I do that on the other side, they'll click. Because they'll get powered by this lever. I mean, you won't be able to see it. You'll just get actually a satisfying click. Hang on. Yeah. Huh. Okay. That might be okay. I might go with the satisfying click. On the other hand, I don't know if I want this to go all the way up like that. It's a little bit funky. Funky. All right. All right, so let's do a little bit of experimenting with our stuff here. Now, it's good to experiment with your likes and dislikes, right? Do I like it? Do I not like it? Who knows? All right, so we'll pop that. Ah! Jeez, monkeys. How do I get out of my machine? I'm blocking it all off. I mean, that's the idea, but still. All right, so if I were to bring this all the way up. Thought I was stuck. Yeah, you know, it's all good. Actually, I can come around and come out this side too. We're okay. This is actually fairly simple, the redstone on this machine. So, because this is actually all modular. You don't have to build it out this big. This is only this large so that you can have every possible potion ingredient. If you only need like half of them, you can stop building it right there. It's all good. Anyway. Yeah, see, redstone's pretty simple. It's basically just a couple of hopper clocks. But anyway, so I don't know if I like that though. I'm curious. So let's see. If I were to put let's just put a birch block. Let's see, because I do want these to be here so I can get at that. This has to be solid. Or it doesn't have to be solid. It has to be unsolid. Yes, because unsolid is absolutely a word that we should be using all the time. Hi. Why doesn't this work? Well, it's because it's unsolid. You know, we're just gonna go with that. Okay? The unsolidness of it all. Okay, right, so that could go like so, and I could put a, oops, not there. Okay, stream joke. Why are snake races so exciting? They're always neck and neck. Yeah, okay. All right, see, can I reach? I could run this like so. I'm not. All right, I'm going to build this out. I'm not entirely convinced this is how I want this to go, but we're gonna run out of shelves, which is fine, I guess. Also, those stone blocks need to change, but we'll worry about that in a minute. I mean, maybe. There's a definite maybe happening here. Come on. Place. There we go. Other than the fact it's not all lined up and stuff. Okay. Oh, I could live with that. I don't know that I like this block here. I mean, it would be nice to have something there. But, you know, it could be if I just duck right back through here, put another shelf in. Right? That could be a thing. Right? Just put the blaze powder in there. Water bottles in there. This lets you get at the brewing stand if you need to check on things. And that hopper is actually kind of helpful as well. It's a definite maybe. I know I've got some weird blocks out there. It's okay. We'll get to them. Also, I do think I want some more light. So I like the idea of one, getting back up there. But I like the idea of maybe putting some frog lights up here. Let's go ahead and take this out. Yeah, ochre frog lights. Yeah, let's take some frog lights. And then I might cover those up with... I might leave them, but I might cover them up with trapdoors or something. On the other hand, I do like the look of the ochre frog lights, so maybe not. All right. That's not bad. Not bad. Cool choices of light block. Yeah, I love frog lights, man. They're one of my favorites. Now, I do kind of like them a little bit better when you're looking at them head on, because they're a little bit more light. This way you get, whether vertical or horizontal, like those, you get the more of the stripes and stuff, and this is a little bit more. But I think I kind of like that action happening up there, so we'll go with that. But it's going to brighten up this room a little bit. Now this will, right, it's potentially going to add some light because we'll have some redstone lamps on sometimes. I just don't know what. I'm actually kind of curious. Do I have another shelf? I do. Let's take that stair out. And let's see if I can actually get in there and place a shelf. Right like that. Now the problem with the shelf is because it's so thin, you can kind of see back behind it. But it's not too bad. And then that makes this a little bit easier to get at. Okay. So that's a thing. You know what I might do? Oh, this is an option. Let me get some... I want to change the signs. I don't think I'm going to leave them as pale oak. I don't know what I want them to be. But I think they should be maybe a different material. Right? I mean, I could make them birch signs, right? That's totally a thing. But do I have oak signage? I don't. Okay. But if I were to take some oak signs, and I would need more than this, but the oak sign kind of stands out a little bit. I'd want to hit it with some glow juice and maybe a different color of text, but something like that might be a little bit better. All right, so let's see if I have some inventory space. First off, let's copy the sign. Okay, I'm going to take this out. We'll put in a frog light, which maybe we'll have it go that way. Oak sign, paste sign. Maybe? I like the frog light there. Okay, the frog light there is not bad. I just don't know if I want the oak, so let's copy that. Okay, put our frog light in, oak sign, paste. All right. Yeah, I'd have to do some changes on the text color, and said probably get some glow squid ink to light it up. But that's okay. Yeah, glow ink, absolutely. You almost have to. It's just, I don't have any on me, but you almost have to put it in there. But at least as far as the sign color, I think that's going to be good. What's interesting, so this is an oak sign next to a birch shelf. But because of the way the light goes and all of this, it almost looks like it's the same color. Obviously it's not, it's a little bit darker, but you can see right at this edge, right at the edge of the sign and the edge of the shelf, look at the way those colors match. Right, so even though it's an oak sign rather than a birch sign, it really does look almost like it's the same material. But it's definitely the way to go. Those signs are not going to be good. So let's go ahead and get a couple more oak signs. All right, so this is blaze powder. You know what? I think I'm going to put this on 2 lines. Powder. I can type. Nope, I can't type. Done. All right. So I think this is kind of doing okay. Yeah, this will be good. Yeah, we'll definitely have to get some glow squid ink, but water bottles. Okay. But I think this is going to work. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know about this one. If I want that to stay, I don't think yeah, I'm out of shelves, but I mean, I can get more. That's not hard. It's just, honestly, I think that's what's going to happen. So let's see now. We strip 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have no inventory space because I'm just that awesome. What do I have? That was great. That was absolutely the right button to push. Uh-huh. Yeah, 100% right. Okay. No, we're fine. Birch signs. Okay, so that would come out. And then, woohoo! Okay. That goes up like so. Yeah, that'll work. It looks, maybe it looks a little funky, but I can live with that. I'm actually wondering, I do have oak trapdoors. So I'm decorating this building, right? We've got the sandstone walls. I'm using a lot of oak as highlights because it's just a little bit darker, and some birch. So I've got this wall here. I'm not 100% sure that I'm happy with the birch as I've got it here. I may swap that out for oak. Just so I've got a little bit more contrast throughout part of this build. But if I were to come up here and it's just out of reach, man. That's just silliness. All right. So if I were to come up here with some oak trapdoors so that you can still see the light underneath it. I like that. I do. I think it's good. Having the frog lights up there is good, but having the trapdoors in front of them is actually really nice. So let's get some more trapdoors. There we go. All right, and let's see what we got going on. Because we get all this fun stuff. All right. No. All right, so we'll put those trapdoors in. Yeah, that's looking okay. There's no real way to not make this look repetitive, so we'll let it repeat. It'll be good. It's like the twins, whose parents named them Pete and Repeat. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. That joke did in fact hurt. It's okay. And of course you could sneak through there. It's all fine. All right. You know, now I need to figure out what's going on underneath this mess. Right? All of these redstone lamps. I would really... Actually, I think I need to take out this oak stripe. We're going to replace that with birch planks. Yeah. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to need more than that. All right, and I'm going to need some inventory space. Let's get rid of this stone. Which I think is this box. Kind of. The box is full, but that would be where it would go. Okay. This is definitely one of those times. Yeah, if I'd been in creative, this would be significantly easier. All right. So we'll just pop this all out, replace it with our happy planks. And I can't replace them with my happy planks because I can't reach. Hang on. Over we go. All right. Try this again. All right. And there we go. Or, you know, I was hoping to get some of those blocks back, but now they're all stuck behind the hoppers and we've lost them forever. I can do it. I can hit the one scaffolding. It's great. All right, so that's going across that way, which is wonderful. Do I want that oak? I mean, I could replace that with stripped birch, which might look okay. I mean, having the sandstone blocks here is fine. But here we've got a little bit of a weird thing because we've got a 2-block high section, right? And I could just do something really basic, right? We could just load that up with planks, and that would be fine. The other thing, actually, it might be better. Okay, I wonder. I wonder, as I wonder. Let's see, do I have barrels? Probably in one of these shulker boxes. Maybe. I have also signs just, or item frames everywhere, so see if I can get them all in at least the same box, right? Honestly, I'm not totally convinced barrels are going to work here, but we're going to try it as soon as I can find some. As soon as I can find some. Oh, that's fine. I have planks and things. All right. Let's try some barrels. All right. Now I'm not convinced this is going to look good. Okay. Right, if I were to put some barrels in like that, it's the wrong color. It really is. It would be kind of cool, maybe, but it's just wrong. The storage would be nice. Not that it totally needs it, but it would be handy. The other thing that I don't have access to at the moment is that up on the top of this Dealy Bob, come on, up on top of this machine, right? All of the ingredients for the potions go into these droppers. Okay. Now I should label them. But what I was wondering to myself is if I shouldn't maybe load up some, maybe craft a sorting system so you can just dump ingredients in here and they'll sort or something. I don't know. I'm going to be nice, right? But honestly, I don't know if I want to try to mess with that. There's definitely room for an item elevator up this way. Right, I could stick one back here, run it over, and up into, stuff to sort through this way. So it's like, oh, let's add ingredients in, and they would all go through and be there. But I don't know. That's a problem for future me. All right. So, hang on. Let's just strip some birch here. Okay. We'll keep this. Come on. Keep it coming. Hey, Fallen, how's it going? We're having a fabulous day over there on Twitch. Yeah, let's go ahead and put in the pale oak. Or not the pale oak, the birch. All right. Taking out the logs again. So how you doing, Fallen? You having a good day? It's fine, whatever the day is. Also, I need more birch. Nice. Glad to hear it. Where did I put the birch logs? There they are, birch logs. We got them. We're playing some Greg Tech. Fun. Okay. So we'll get all of this in place. We'll put the levers back. It'll be fun times. Eventually. Oh, this is slow. Also, I want those blocks. Thanks. Also, it helps if they're facing the same way. No. Okay. All right. Okay, so those will all go there. Let's get our levers back. Nope. I mean, that would work, but no. Not for what I want them to do anyway. Yeah, because I want them to be able to turn on those lights. Okay. Honestly, this isn't bad, because there's a lot of noise here because of all of the stuff that's going on, right? All of the... You got the pistons and the levers and the item frames. So having something here that's a little more chill, right? Maybe that's a good thing. And I actually, you know what might be even... What might work here? If I were to come in with the frog lights underneath it. Hi, froged lights. All right. If we were to bring some frog lights in like so, and I could just pop these trapdoors in. Okay. I need more trapdoors, but you sort of get the idea, and that frames things out. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. And yeah, you can see everything lights up, and that's great. All right, let's get some more oak trapdoors in, shall we? Oak trapdoors. Okay. All right, planks, trapdoors. This is where the crazy data pack from Vanilla Tweaks comes in handy again. Because now makes trapdoors a little bit cheaper. All right. Yeah, I think that is going to be fine. All right, so yeah, we are going to have to get some glow squid ink and some different colors for that, but I don't know what color would work well. Actually, brown might. I don't have brown dye, but it might actually look good. Okay. All right, I can... Oh, I said I could live with this, but I'm going to have to swap that out. Okay. So that's good. I can put in... I don't have the birch trapdoors on me, but I could put those here. Okay. Honestly, this is doing okay. I'm running into a little bit of an issue here. I said on this side it looks fine, but here we've got this little gap. Maybe I don't care. Is this one of those times where we solve the problem by not caring? You know, I would not be opposed to not caring. You know, all right, this stripe, right? All of this stripped birch. Would that be better if it were the back sides of the shelves? The shelves, I think, tend to look better when they're placed horizontal rather than vertical. All right, let's try it. We'll just strip all of this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll put it back. We'll make it logs again, but it's a possibility. Now, one of the reasons I'm a little bit hesitant to do this is that this wall is already kind of busy. Because again, we've got all of the item frames and the pistons and now the trap doors and all of this stuff. But let's take these logs out. We'll put in the shelves. And let's see what that looks like. All right, so we'll just slap them in like this. Okay, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but it almost looks like we've got a bunch of eyes, like capital letter I's running across there. Okay. Nothing changes when we flip the switch, which is good. No, I think I want to stick with the logs. All right, which is fine. So I like the logs well enough. I was just wanted to see if maybe it was enough of an extra detail that would be worth trying. It's not. All right. Getting out of the machinery is always a fun challenge. That torch is no longer needed. All right. Okay, now said I've got to come fill up all of the item frames with those items. That's going to be a pain, but you know, it's a thing. All right, now I can't put trapdoors down here because it would be kind of nice to continue this all the way across here, but you have to be able to get at the note block. Though I could, right? I could put a trapdoor here, but this has to be there because that is what turns the machine in from one batch mode to all the batches to just go forever. The other thing I might do is actually replace these chests with shulker boxes. Now, the problem with the shulker boxes is none of the colors of the shulkers match what's happening here with this wood. Okay? Because the wood, it's that in-between color, right? It's this tan, right? It's the birch color. But all of the colors of the shulkers are very saturated. All right, so let's dump some things here real quick. And shoot, I don't have inventory space for anything. That's fine. Actually, I am going to need some planks, so let's go ahead and let's make up a couple of chests. And oh, I need white dye as well. I've got bone meal. Where do I have bone meal? Somewhere. It's out this way somewhere. I think I've got some in the brick building over there. All right, this will be so cool. You know, Snoopers and I were talking about putting in a skating rink here. This area that's already dug out, because that was just the generation of the snow, that might be a good place for it. Okay, so yeah, Snoopers was going to be doing a lot of the landscaping, which is great. Because there are things I'm not good at, and that's one of them. Okay, there we go. So let's grab a little bit of white dye. And let's come grab a couple of shulker boxes. If this works, great. If not, no loss. Okay. And honestly, I might as well just continue the loop. All right, we'll cut through the portal. Through the back tunnel here. All right. And up the stairs. Yeah, there's going to be some stuff down here. I've got the rabbits that are on the first floor. I'm going to bring them down. That's why I haven't dug any of this out yet. I think I'm going to bring the rabbits down here. And the reason I'm going to have the rabbits is so that I could, in fact, have a place to farm rabbits' feet. I mean, who really builds brews jump boost potions? But, you know, sometimes you just want to. Oh, hang on. This has to be dye. Thank you. Let's try that again. White and white. All right. So what if I were to take out these chests? Okay. And replace them with shulkers. That color is horrible. That is just really bad. I would love it if they were if they worked, but they don't. So, bummer. All right, so we'll stick with the chests. Yeah, they're just too bright. You know, actually would be really nice. I don't have the... So it'd take forever, but to move all of the snow into the white shulker boxes. That would be handy. At least I could put the brick back in this shulker. That would be... free up a little bit of inventory space there. All right. Okay. I dig it. Said I can't really put the trapdoors here. Again, because if you flip this, your trapdoor gets all flappy. And I don't want a flappy trapdoor. Okay. Some of you might be into flappy trapdoors, but I'm not. I also like the click. Because these, you got these shelves changing. And so it's almost like you're throwing one of those big electric switches, you know, that just chunks closed. All right, now if I were to... Okay, so maintenance access is a thing that's going to happen. So I currently have a staircase here. So I could put a doorway back this way, so you can get back into the machine and refill it this way if we wanted to. But yeah, did I actually put this right in the middle? Right, so this is, what is that? 103? This is 103. Oh, I did. Hey, go me. Way to plan that. Yeah, totally didn't plan that. But okay, I can live with that. Okay, I am gonna need to, I think, maybe continue the frog lights over there. We'll see. I've got some things I can do. I can put in some decorative pistons over here, and you know, we can do some stuff. But all in all, this machine's looking a little nicer. Yeah, when it's okay, obviously there's a lot of stuff, but you can see here all of the items I have to go through and get so that I can fill up this silly thing. A lot of these are easy. Okay, blaze powder is easy. Golden carrots, sugar, nether wart's not hard, right? Most of the stuff is not a problem. Rabbit's feet are a problem. Those things, the phantom membranes are a pain. Cobwebs are a pain. You know, breeze rods are a pain. So, you know, some of that stuff, not the easiest stuff in the world to get. But the turtle helmets, those suck, man. Not that I need Turtle Master potions like ever, but that's the idea. I'm gonna fill that up. All right, so. All right, so this is good. And you can't sort turtle helmets because they're non-stackable items, which stinks. I mean, okay, sure, you could sort them with, the copper golems. I wonder. So this is a big thing, okay? Copper golems, if I were to put chests back here, it would be slow, but maybe not that bad. I do have lots of other chests we'd have to worry about, but if okay, I'd have to hoppers and chests back here. That's fine. What if I were to put a copper chest right? I could put it right there, right in that gap. Okay, just right there. Just the, hey, add ingredients. And then it's a matter of, hey, Artemis, welcome in, welcome in. Then it's just a matter of blocking off access to the other chests. That might work. I might be able to make that happen. Unfortunately, it's going to be messy. All right, it's going to be so messy. It'd be worth trying, I suppose. I mean, if it doesn't work, then I can sort everything except turtle helmets. But again, not something that I expect to be using often, but all right, well, should we try it? You only get to watch this because you're sick today. Well, I'm glad you get to watch, but I'm sorry you're sick. Sickness is never fun. Yeah, except, you know, when you're in school and you get to stay home and watch The Price is Right, and then that's an entirely separate thing. Oh, the other issue with the golems is that, well, I'd have to build the whole sorting system, but you'd watch cartoons or movies? Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we'd have to build a sorting system which won't work here because I've got all of this redstone back here. All right, well, that's fine. I think we'll just label it. We'll load it by hand. It's not that big a deal. We're not that big a server where we need to be brewing so many potions and stuff. So one of these, there we go. Item frames. Awesome. Yeah, I put on movies and stuff too, but on the other hand, stuff like The Price is Right was a show I never got to see. So, you know. Okay, I'm probably going to need ladders. I guess I could make it scaffolding. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like, what do I want the long-term solution to this to be? I don't know. But also, I don't need these torches here anymore. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll add the item frames. We'll come back later and fill in whatever's going to go there. Did I pick? Oh, no, I didn't pick it up. It's down there. Okay. All right, yeah, that'll work. I mean, I suppose I could put the signs. Yeah, that would be better. We'll put the signs on the bottom or on the side so that when you're down at on the floor, you can fill them from down there. It makes more sense. Actually, would it make sense? Probably not to put the signs down there. So we'll. Oh, I was supposed the other option I could put the item frames on the observers. Yeah, I could put the item frames there. Okay. Yeah, that'll make more sense, I think. Okay. Because then you still see which one's which. You can see the sign a little bit better. And then you can still reach up and hit the dropper. All right, that makes sense. I can live with that. Right, so if we have something turned on, like this redstone, right, you can see, oh, the redstone's enabled, and you can drop stuff in and all of that. Okay. All right. That's reasonable. Okay, so let's see. So I've got two problems now I need to solve as far as the decorations. I think I need to put a ceiling in here, which I could just continue the dark oak. That's basically what I've been doing down in these other floors anyway. Right? That's basically what's happening down here, which should be fine. Right, so we could run the dark oak, and then I just have to figure out what's happening with the rest of this wall and the other thing. You got a sudden phone call from work. Don't they know you're sick? All right, I need... What do I need? I need dark oak. I need dark oak. That's spruce. That is not oak. That's not dark oak. Ah, they definitely know you're sick now. Okay. Hello. I can't come into work today. My voice is bad. And I have to watch this stream because if I don't, I'll be sad. So, you know, I'm not coming in today. Totally a valid excuse. I'm sure they'll buy it. Pretty much on voice being bad. Yeah. All right. Let's, hang on. I'm going to put the scaffolding up on the outside. Wow, I'm good at scaffolding. All right. So, jeez, monkeys. All right, we'll climb up this scaffolding because that's reasonable. Christmas was fine. Got a couple of my kids home, which is great. Trying to think what else is going on. Not a whole lot. I've had the week off from work, and I have next week off too because government jobs are cool. And so yeah, get to sort of sit back, chill. Reorganized my MP3 collection, so you know that was fun. Okay, lights should be fine. I don't think I'm gonna have to do any weird lighting up here, so. Okay, I am gonna have to go get some more dark oak, I think. We'll have to check. I might have some in the storage system. But yeah, otherwise, Christmas was good here. How was yours? Everything hopefully merry and bright? Got all this fun stuff. Yeah, one of my daughters went to Scotland this year, and brought me back this cool tie. So that's fun. There are days you wish your job was closed like that for the holiday. Christmas, yeah, other than being sick, that's not great. Not great. Also, Code Night over on YouTube. How's it going? Welcome in. But yeah, the tie's cool. It's my family's not Scottish. My family's actually Welsh, but I have such a common name in the Isles that it's like, oh yeah, this tartan would be for that clan. Code Knight says good could be better. Well, that's happens. Yeah, Scotland is fun. On the other hand, my wife's family is from Scotland, And they, my daughter got my wife a brooch that's from her clan that has, it's cool. It's got a sword. Anything that has swords is cool. And, all right, I need to double check light levels on this. Oh yeah, light's gonna be fine. So yeah, cheese monkeys. Anyway, yeah, swords are definitely cool. I do not have enough of them. I have 5 or 6, and that's not enough. Actually, I probably have more than that. Okay, not many more than that, but something like that. You have a dagger somewhere? Yeah. But no swords. Yeah, I've got a few. So I've got a katana and a matching tanto that are just wall hangers. They are sword-like objects that should never actually be used, but they look cool. Oh, this way. And I've got a couple of like modern-looking katanas that are kind of nice. I haven't done any cutting with them, but you know, they're sturdy. Those are the swords that you could actually go to battle with. And I've got a couple of decorative things. Ooh, dark oak's over here. I've got a replica of Sting from the Lord of the Rings. I've got a sort of a modern Gladius. You know, good fun stuff like that. You know, a couple of, I've got a really nice, it's an unsharpened saber that's really cool. And a rapier that is pretty, but oh man, is the weight distribution on that sword bad. Holy cow. She had a sword. Let's get a replica axe or a scythe. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I like swords. I've always liked swords. Now, part of the problem is I grew up watching, you know, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. And so, way too excited about swords. Okay. Yeah, this isn't bad over here. We'll need to deal with this wall, but... and whatever's happening over here. But yeah, I love swords. You know, they're not a practical self-defense weapon or anything in this day and age, but they look cool. And that's what matters, right? Actually, I'm going to need some more frog lights. Frog lights. All right. You don't have a LARP. You're more of a bow and arrow person. Yeah, so is my daughter. Kid 4 is a wannabe archer. And I gave her my dad's, actually my dad gave her his bow. It's nothing crazy. It's like a 30-pound bow or something like that, but it's fun to go plink with. All right. Darn it. Okay, so that'll go in there. Is Kid 4 the youngest in their family? No. Kid 5 is the youngest in the family. Yeah, let's see. I think I've got some pistons. We'll just stick those in there. Oh, you're the youngest in your family. Ah, well, that would be convenient. No, most of my kids are, they got sucked into medieval weaponry, and you know, I can't blame them. It's fun. All right. Actually, we'll go over the wall. All right. Now this will be a little bit of a, well, maybe it won't be too bad. So maybe it would be a little bit of a challenge to get this in here, but I think we're going to be okay. I think I can just slide that in like so. All right. Yeah, that looks fine. We need to get the doors in, and I don't know what I'm going to put there. Yeah, your daughter, yes, you and my daughter being the fourth kid and totally into the, yep. All right. Somewhere in my, okay. This is why I build sorting systems. So I don't have to do this. All right, just craft more. So I don't have to go hunting for stuff. Of course, it doesn't help that I'm on the project site and not the storage site. Okay. So now, as far as the, actually, you know what might be good here? Because that's all backstage area. Let's do this. And I'm going to just hop right up here. We'll just slap some frog lights back behind that. There we go. Okay, so we should have enough light here that if I take out these torches. Yeah, it's a little bit dim over here, but we'll solve that problem in a minute. Yeah. But yeah, chest monsters are an issue. Again, this is why I build sorting systems, so I don't have to worry about this mess. Okay, so actually, before I leave here, we've got some stuff to sort out on this wall, which is fine. We'll deal with that. And some of it may change depending on what's going to happen in this side of the church. So over here, this is all going to be decorative nonsense, okay? I'm going to put a stained glass window in here. It's going to be great. Trash Lady Pearl would sigh at your chest monster. I have 3 of them currently in this area. I've got this one here. I've got one over this way. Oh, creeper in a boat. Yeah, I've got one stuck on the stairs from over here. Yeah, the stained glass window is going to be cool. Right, I've got this one that just needs to get moved. And then I still have some leftovers over here. Though some of that is stuff set to go in and when I get bored and want to go set filters on the storage system. Right, it's like, oh, here's frog lights and stuff just so I can, again, set filters. Yeah, I think there's going to be a stained glass window over there as well. Here, let's head back outside so we can actually see this silly thing. Yeah, doing the boring stuff when I get bored. Well, it's also stuff I can just put on a movie and just do. Some of that's hard to do while I'm streaming, you know? Also, this is probably going to be our street lamps. We may do something like this. Maybe take this back to unoxidized copper. But I think we're going to do street lamps like this. All along this road here. And then the one heading up towards the church. I think that'll look cool. We've got a couple. This is sort of a community build area. So I know there are a couple of other people who are going to be building some things out here. But it's going to be good. I love this steeple. I love the way that turned out. Also, the glow was unintentional, but I love it. I just threw a torch in there, you know, just for some mob spawning. Even though really there was a bottom slab, mobs weren't going to spawn. But that light looked really cool. And of course, during the day, you can't see it, but then it's night and it shines up. I might slip a frog light or something at the top there. So I've got a torch down here. But something like that would then glow up. Glow reminds you of a certain white building. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, there's some of the. Well, there are lots of churches, whether it's like the old really old cathedrals and stuff in Europe, or some of the modern Latter-day Saint temples, or just some of those that just look pretty. You know, it makes me happy. I like pretty things. What can I say? All right, so one of the things I need to do here, obviously this wall is boring, so we're going to fix that. But that's this outside wall, so we're going to be doing some stuff with this. And I think what I want to do first is let's find the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's right. And we're just going to knock a couple of holes in the wall. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And this way we can see where where everything goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, right through here. Awesome. Now this sidewalk descends, the floor in there doesn't. So the window is probably going to be up here a little bit, you know. Oh yeah, a lot of church buildings. Oh, it's a cool use for shelves. Thank you, Code Knight. I appreciate that. I've gotten to really like the shelves. Actually, I really like the back side of the shelves. And the texture is a little bit different for each wood type, but I really like that. And then, you know, obviously they make great wainscoting and all that other fun stuff that people who actually care about architecture know about, you know. But yeah, they're good. They're not quite the vertical slabs, but they're really close. Also, they make a very satisfying thunk when you power them. So, anyway. Oh, you were talking about the mangrove on the outside. Oh, yes. Yeah, this is great for these benches. I grew up in a Presbyterian church that had the building had a sort of a similar vibe to this. And a lot of those churches will have seating on the outside. So I thought, oh, we'll throw in some benches, and yeah, these mangrove shelves here. They work great for chairs and tables and all of that stuff that we've been using trapdoors for forever. Yeah, they're great for that type of thing. All right. And, you know, I've got lit honey blocks as, you know, shining a little bit of light through here. So this is all nice and lit up at night. Anyway, I need windows. So let's think about our windows here a little bit. Now, they don't need to be huge. In fact, I don't think I want them to be huge. Okay. But they should be something. Okay. Now, whether they're 2 blocks high or 3, that's an interesting question. Standard Minecraft build philosophies are do things in odd numbers, so. Though, I mean, it doesn't make sense to kick it up much higher than that. There's a roof in the way, right? We've got this overhanging roof. Now, if you've ever been in a place that does winter, like really does winter, you'll see this type of thing a lot, where you've got, you know, A-frames and strongly sloped roofs, so the snow doesn't pile up and break the roof. But they'll provide covered walkways and stuff so that you can walk past the building and stuff and not get, you know, be ankle or knee deep in the snow. Okay, so that's So this is a fairly common thing, but having it hang down like this means having a tall window makes 0 sense. Because you just end up like this. You're just looking at the ceiling. All right, if I put this, no change in the view right there. So in all honesty, making it a too tall window would be okay. 3 might be better just for the aesthetics of the inside of the build. The other thing I could do here, which may or may not be worth it, would be to actually slant the roof here. And this would basically give us an architectural lie. So, and yes, because deception is fun. Right, so on the outside, we've got this. Oh, that's because I didn't have enough to finish the thing. Okay. Anyway, we've got ourselves a little bit of a lie going on here, right? So we've got this angle happening. If I were to come in and add stairs in coming from, say, here, and just a couple of stairs coming this way, it looks like the angle of the roof would be cutting through this room. The reality is, yeah, it's up here. But honestly, that might... Let's make some stairs. Let's see what it looks like. Stairs. Let's just see if maybe this will be good, and it might solve another problem I have. So, do I want it to come down? Yeah, let's actually bring it down here. Right, we'll do something like this. And then we'll need to come up the outside here. Hang on. Cut this out so I've got a little headroom. Okay. And so what we'll do is we'll just pop in this roof so it comes up like that. Okay. Yeah, all right, let's go ahead and continue this over. Well, that's wrong. Fix that. We'll fix it, you know. It happens all the time. Contractors will still install your roof upside down and things like that. It's probably a thing no one will notice. All right, so we'll come in here. Let's just take some of this roof out so I can stand here and make things happen. All right. Well, we're out of stairs. All right, so let's duck back in here and take a look then. Okay, so there I did 3 stairs. I think that's going to be... that might be too low. I might only want to do 2. Yeah, I think I'm only going to do 2. So let's go and pop this out. We'll see what it looks like with 2 stairs. Coming down with 2 stairs instead of 3. But I think this... well... So I might actually would want to use that. Okay. All right, so we'll swing this action out this way and see if this makes it any better. All right. We're going to lie. That's how this is going to work. We're going to lie about where the roof is. It's going to be great. It's good. Jeez, monkeys. Okay. Why do I not play hardcore Skyblock? That's why. fall off the world in a heartbeat. Okay, so if we do that... No, it's fine. I'm just testing gravity to be sure it still works. It does, so we should all be happy about that. Actually, what if I were to go... No. Alright. Let's go and just fill this in and we'll take a look. Yeah, see, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. It's not... basically, what it's going to do is it's going to... Obviously, it's going to lower this wall. So it doesn't look quite as imposing over here. And when we start putting in some decorations around these windows, they'll feel a little bit more natural. Okay. All right, so we'll give that a chance to happen. Of course, that will require actually having blocks. Yeah. Oh, the stairs. There we go. Stairs. Ta-da! See. That's almost enough. You know that song from The Greatest Showman? You know, never enough? That's how I feel about blocks. Do I have enough blocks? It's never enough. Nope. Nope. You know what? Let's just go up. Let's just go up there. I've got to take out the blocks anyway, the planks, and yeah, this will be fine. I may end up putting the planks back in for the attic, but that's going to be a problem for future me. There are so many problems for future me, but that is definitely one of them. Okay, but this is going to be good. We'll cut that out. Yeah, bringing this section of the roof down. So this is one of those things that I have really been trying to get better at, is accepting negative space. It's like, yes, in a regular building, if you had a 15-foot, 18-foot section of your building that was just hollow, some would say that's a problem. And they would be right. In Minecraft, it's sort of the I don't care. Because it's Minecraft. It's not real life. Okay, let's see if I can. Nope. Almost. I almost got it placed. I almost managed to get 3 whole blocks without placing one wrong. You know, I wish I could say that was some sort of record. It's not, but... All right, fine. I'll just click. Nope. I can't get 3 blocks. No. Placing 3 blocks in a row is too hard for me. Okay? You think this game would be easy, but no. Placing 3 blocks in a row correctly is just too hard. All right. We can do it. We can do it. 1, 2, 3. Ha ha! Hey, I got, look, there's 6 and 8. Wow, okay. I almost made it to 12 blocks without putting one wrong, but nope. All right, so we'll just drop down into this little area. Yeah, and that's looking better. This whole wall is looking better. Okay, I need to be this tall for the machine. I don't need to be that tall here, so So this is good. It doesn't feel quite as imposing now. All right, so what I need to do then is sort out what's going to happen with the windows. Because unfortunately, this building runs on Windows and not Linux. Joke's on it. I'm playing Minecraft on Linux. Ha ha! Okay. All right, so, and then we'll have decorative windowy nonsense over outside. So, I'm using oak for our decorative stuff in here, so we'll be working with that. And honestly, I might hit these windows with... I might put in a little orange glass. See, what I could do is I could just blank the windows, right? I could slap those in, throw some lights in, right? It looks really cool from the outside, even without any sort of window frame, right? You get this nice, warm... But I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to go ahead and actually be able to see through the windows, at least on this side. Okay. There are a few places like... Sorry, I'm going to free cam here. Inside here... Oh, I did that a lot. Because these houses, these ones inside the snow globe, they're not to be used. These are decorative buildings. So lots of honey blocks with lights behind them because it gives that warm glow that says, oh, look how warm and cozy and stuff this is here, right? While the carbon monoxide builds up because of all the smoke. But, you know, it's okay. Did my snowman die? Or my zombies? No, we just can't see the snowballs. Okay, we're good. Never mind. Whew, scared me for a minute. Now, my decorations were broken. We can't have that now. All right, so what I might do then... Let's see. Let's get some... I could hit this with the planks. Taking inspiration from what I've already built would be probably a good thing. Oak planks would be good. Yeah. Let's not get it from the stripped logs, though. That's... All right. So, what if I were to come in and take out part of the wall? We'll put in some oak here. All right, now I could open that whole window there just a little bit. Okay. Right, I mean, I could just come right through here. Right, and just do the boring bit, right? Look, it's an O. It does frame the snowman nicely, though, so, you know, that's a win. That's totally a win. Also, I could... This is the one argument for knocking it up one block higher. Would be just the extra... I don't know, the symmetry, the vertical symmetry, perhaps. Horizontal symmetry. I don't know. It would match. That's kind of where I'm going with that. It would match. Here's... All right, here comes the I don't know part. Let's grab some oak shelves. All right, and I might have some more of those in one of these shulker boxes somewhere. Nope, I don't. That's fine. It's not like I needed them anyway or something. I do, however, want to get some oak stairs. Oak stairs. There we go. Today we stare at you in oak language. He's like if Care Bears were made from trees, they would oak stare at you. It would be very uncomfortable and just awkward for everybody. Just like my block placement. There we go. Ah, jeez. I can't place anything. There we go. I don't like that up top. I do kind of like it down at the bottom, though. All right. Okay, so that's looking okay, right? I mean, I could come in with my oak shelves, right? Do that sort of action. And it's not bad. All right? It's perfectly cromulent and will be fine. Right, and I could put those up there. Yeah. Maybe. Depending on what color we make this glass, that actually might be okay. I mean, I could make it white glass. I wonder how the white would look there. I wonder if I have white glass. Okay, now I'm asking hard questions. I don't think I have any up here. Probably not. Let's see what I've got in my other shulker monster. It's not going to be in the storage because I haven't set up any of the sorting system. Gray glass. That's a possibility, chair. It's a possibility. Do we do, like, light gray glass? Okay, let's see what I've got here. Most of this is nonsense. That's just stone and quartz. Let's see. So I've got glass. That's good. As far as dyes go, okay, I've got white and I have black. So we can get ourselves some stuff here. Again, the question is, do we want to go with the light gray or just gray? Let's see. Because I was doing a bunch of decorative stuff, I may have some blaze rods. That's going to be handy later. Oh, I've got black. And I've got some white. All right. Light gray? Okay. Okay, so that's a possibility. All right, so let's experiment. All right, after I have inventory space to actually make dye, we'll see how this goes. This area is gonna be so cool once we get all the buildings in place. I mean, sorry, I just have to go over here. I mean, you can, like, so this little shack over here is spawn. All right, that's actually world spawn right over here. But as we come over this way, right, we've got the church, we've got the red brick store, we've got the snowman, we've got the snow globe, just sort of framing out this valley. And then we'll have a couple of other builds, a nice skating pond. Oh, this is going to look really cool when it's done. Oh, it's going to be great. Anyway, let's grab some glass and we'll try some light gray. Try that first. After I deal with my inventory. Oh, my inventory is horrible. Am I going to make it worse? Yeah, probably. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get some... Oh, I need light gray dye first. That would be handy. Light gray dye. Great. All right, so now we get ourselves some light gray glass. And I think I am going to go ahead and paint these up. light gray, not white. Thanks. Okay, with the invisible block here. How does that look from the outside? I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Honestly, it is going to be better than having white, so let's go with that. So good call on that, chair. All right, so let's do that, and let's go ahead and put our oak in place out here. I can't put my oak in place. Inventory. It's going there. This is the other reason my inventory always sucks. And why I have to build sorting systems, because I don't remember where I put everything because I just put it in weird places. Okay. Okay, and that goes like that. And we got our oak planks, which are going to go up and around the top like that. All right, and then, right, we get our shelves installed, right, like so. I'm not sure I like these on the inside. We may come back and revisit that. But on the outside, I think they're going to be fine. Okay. So I'm going to free cam back here for just a minute. I'm not totally thrilled with what's happening with these windows. Kind of feels like I need something else here. On the inside, they look okay. But the outside, they're looking a little bit... I don't know. There's something missing on the outside. So we'll get to that. So those go like so. And we go up and around because we're cool like that. All right. Part of the reason I am putting the stair here, even though the shelf covers it, is when you come at it from the side, you still can see the sandstone underneath. And that helps that sandstone continue the color all the way through. The other thing I could do potentially is replace that sandstone with frog lights, which would help light up that side of the room. But we'll deal with that when we get there. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue this. And like I said, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like these windows are a little bit, I don't know, feel something wrong with those windows. Maybe what I need to do is bring in some mangrove. Let's get some mangrove trapdoors. Or maybe doors. What does a mangrove door look like? You know, when I said I wanted to look at a mangrove door, that might be a way to go here. Oh, I can't place a mangrove door there. I want to put a mangrove door right here. But I can't because they have to be on a solid block. And as much as I'd like to believe that this is a solid shelf made of sturdy oak that will last for ages, apparently it's not solid enough for the door because the door has standards. And, you know, I don't know where it comes from, these standards, but no, apparently it has standards. And we're going to have to deal with something else. But it would look really good there, though. All right, fine. Silly doors and their standards. All right, so let's take a look. See if I still have mangrove here. That's the right. Oh, good. I have a door Because look at this, okay? You take this door. Right? It's a good solid. This would be wonderful as like shutters. Okay. Maybe we can make this work. What if we take those out? We do a little bit of nonsense like this. We oops, that's the wrong side. And what if we can, I don't know, I can place a door here, right? Yeah, that actually might look good. I'm going to need a whole heck of a lot more mangrove, but that might work. That's going to bring in the red that we've got on these benches. Oh. Okay, I may do something else with the stairs, but I like where we're going with this. All right. Let's see if I have more mangrove. Probably, ouch. Probably do. Okay, this is what I get for building a pearl door. All right. Anyway, let's hop down here, see if I have some more mangrove. And eat a carrot, because that will ease my bruised face. Okay, mangrove. Talking about you. Mangrove, that would be this. No, that's acacia. Mangrove, that's this one. Ah, yes, okay. Plus, we have a couple more doors. Wonderful. Yeah, I think I may swap out these blocks for the saplings. I think it'll be a little bit more obvious which is which, as they say. All right. All right, so yeah. All right. Let's dump stuff in random boxes. And let's make some mangrove. All right, let's grab some of that and turn that into doors of much mangroviness. Okay, we have very much doors. All right. Cool, so we slap that in there like so. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. What I might do, and actually it might be different here. And that's okay. What I might do is actually get some oak slabs. Let me sleep and I'll grab some slabs and we'll see if that, I might be able to do a little bit of something else with this. Slabs, because I put oak slabs. There we go. Look, I probably had some in my inventory already because I am that aware of what I have on me at all times. Speaking of having things on you, did you know you can get music-free gaming merch at the merch store because it's awesome? Musicfreegaming.com. If you are looking for your That's a Problem for Future Me or Ah Cheese Monkeys merch, that is the place to go. All right. Now, this one should definitely be stairs. All right. Anyway, scaffolding. There we go. All right, so we'll just put some shutters in. You don't have much money. That's fine. That's fine. You don't need to, you also don't need to spend your cash on me. I appreciate it if you do, but it is not required in any way, shape, or form. No? No. All right. Do I want him to go sort of under like that? That's a problem. Because it's doing funky things to the stairs behind. Which means I would probably have to replace those. But do I like the shape on the outside, though? No, actually, I don't think I do. I think I want it to go straight across. Sorry. I was thinking out loud in my own head. And not to stream. There we go. So yeah, so we'll pop those in. What if I were to take that out and make that a slab? That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. On the other hand, I could go darker. I could swap that out for spruce. Okay, let's try this. Take that out. Okay. Let's spruce that up. I do not have a spruce slab on me, which we can solve that problem in a minute. Yeah, I think this might be okay. Actually, what might be even better. Oh, yeah, okay. We're gonna have some decorative fun here. With the spruce, which is in this box. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna need some spruce stairs, obviously. We'll need some spruce. Oh, I did have spruce slabs. Like I said, I always know what I have on me at all times, all the time. Right, because if I were to take this slab here, this is good. The problem is that's looking a little bit too light, right? So we're going to change that. We're going to come in with, let's take some dark oak planks. Yeah, we're going to be doing all sorts of changing on the inside of this too, apparently. What if we put a dark oak plank there? Now we have a shadow. Right? Now I could continue that with the oak. I do like the shadow there. I think the spruce might be too dark. I think the spruce is going to be too dark. Let's go ahead and pop that out. We'll go ahead and put the oak back. And an oak plank, or oak slab, sorry. Slabs go there. And now we get our doors again. Okay. So we get our shutters in place. And now that might be too dark. So let's go ahead and take that out. And let's put in a... let's go around. I'm going to put some spruce stairs in there. Okay. Yeah, so we may do some changing of the blocks here, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. But see how nice that looks though? It really looks like this is shaded. And that's going to be cool. I like it. So, let's go ahead and pop those out. Slab's going to go there. Pop this out. Yeah, we'll figure out how to make it all work on the inside of the building too. But for now, also, we're not doing that side right now. And the reason for not doing that side is that I don't know, you look at a number of chapels and church buildings, and yeah, you've got windows and stuff in parts of the buildings where you may have classrooms or other rooms and stuff. But the chapel is different. So we've got the door here, and this will be a totally different vibe, right? We may not want windows here because we're going to have the big stained glass window here, and architecturally and interior design wise, it wouldn't make sense to have a window here, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, so that's going to be sort of the idea. All right. All right, so this is good. I like it. I need to finish putting some doors in place. All right, so that goes like that and like that. Yeah, that just having that spruce block in there gives a little bit of extra definition that shows that yes, this is shady. And heck, with that in place, maybe I go back to the slabs. Right, so I've got stairs there, which is good. Right, the stairs look fine. If I were to take this, come back to doing oak slabs with spruce under all of it. Okay. Right, let's just put some spruce planks there for the moment. No, I think I'm going to stick with the stairs. Oops. That did go there. All right, just grab our stairs, put our shutters back. Okay. All right, well, that'll work. Hi. Do you have anything interesting? Mini ender chests. I mean, those are interesting. But mini sticky pistons. Yeah. I mean, all these cool little mini blocks. Mini exposed cut copper. Yeah. All right. Fine. Okay, so we've got good things happening here. I like this. What I might then do is go ahead and continue this across the top like that. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. If I want to continue what I was doing, sorry, we're going to free cam just for a moment so we can take a look at this. This sort of design on this dark oak, right, where we get the unpowered shelf here in the middle and the powered shelves on the side. We could do something like that. Again, it's gonna completely blow up everything we've been doing inside the building. But it might work. Levers. So let's take a look. All right, so if we power those. Actually, in this space, ooh, that's a tough choice. Having the completely unpowered here, where we get all of the slots, versus this side where you get the three stripes in the middle, right, and the basically unsegmented shelves on the outsides. I mean, either would work. Either would work, honestly, but I don't know. I don't know which I like better. So if you have thoughts, chat, let me know. If you like this one that's got the powered shelves on the outside, or this one that's just completely unpowered. I could be really cool with either, if I'm going to be honest with you. I just just don't know. Okay. All right, well, we'll stew on that for a minute. Because if I do that and then put shelves in here, right, we'll get the same design for free because we've already got all of the blocks. And inside, this does look cool. And I did not need to see that. Sorry, I looked up and climbing up my wall is a daddy long legs. Okay, that did not need to see that. Okay. We're just going to pretend that spider is not there. All right. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and power these blocks. Yep. Yep, that spider is just not. All right, so that goes in like so. Now I don't have a phobia for spiders, but I do not like them. I do not like them, Sam, I am. Okay, so yes. Ooh. I don't know why that got blocked. Oh, I know why. I don't want to do ban. I want to I don't want to report. I want to allow. Oh, I can't allow it because yeah. So fun why won't it let me through? Anyway, I guess it's gonna sit there. So fun channel lore. I have I have the word daddy blocked on my channels. Because for a long time when I was starting, I had a bunch of really creepy people come in, just keep calling me daddy. And it was just creepy and gross, and so I banned the word. So, yeah, you did not say anything bad. It is a historical thing. Unfortunately, I've got options. I could time you out, I could ban you, or I could report it, but I don't have an option, just let it through. Yeah, so yeah, it was... So yeah, it was just one of those things. Because yeah, people were being really creepy with it, and so it's like, you know what? No, this is gone. I gotta stop this. But I'm really liking our little windows here. Okay. Yeah. I'm down with that. But yeah, it won't bug me because it's a spider, and spiders aren't bugs, they're arachnids, and that's a totally different type of creature. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, I need more levers. I am out of levers. I have sticks. I have cobblestone around here somewhere. There we go. Cobblestone. Stick. Oh, there's the... I was going to say, why won't you let me lever? There we go. Okay. I think we're going to... Yeah, see, that's going to work. It's going to continue this sort of framing around the outside here. Okay, I like that. I think I want to take out these shelves. You can understand Ron's point of view. Yeah, in Harry Potter when they went to the spider's den. I totally get that. All right, so if I were to come in here with some oak, put oak stairs. Maybe flip them upside down. It's a little old school, but I like that better than the shelves. Kind of. Contrast is funky though. Okay, so what if I were to come in here? Right. The doors will be silly, but they'll close again. Oops. Hi, you gotta turn the thing on, though. Okay. Yeah. Though, honestly, I would freak out going into the spider's den with that many giant spiders and... Yeah, I don't have necessarily a phobia. I just don't like them because they're just sort of weird. They've got too many legs. Okay. No, I'm not happy with this. Back. Nope, that's not what I wanted to have happen at all. All right, now I'm stuck. Okay. I broke way too many blocks and now I have no idea what's going on. It's all right. I will see. It's one of those things. I have a don't ask, don't tell policy for bugs. You know, if they're not around, I'm okay with that. I don't need to know that they're there. And you know, and if they don't bother me, I won't bother them. Okay. Other than the fact we've got 1.5 zillion shelves here, this is looking fine. All right. So, all right, we'll worry about this door later. Right now, I just want to figure out what's happening on the outside of it. It's not bad. Just feels like it. I mean, I could just come at it with mangrove. Maybe that's the problem. Let's take these doors out. Let's swap them out for mangrove. You like how spiders ate mosquitoes? Yeah. Yeah, I could do without mosquitoes most of the time. And I live in an area, oh, mosquitoes suck, man. Because I live right by a river. And so come spring, summer, fall, mosquitoes are horrible. Which is annoying, because I also live in a, you know, it makes summer less fun. And I live in a place that summer is beautiful. So, okay. You cross the road from a canal. Yeah, you probably have the same problem. Okay, yeah. The mangrove is good. And honestly, the painted doors, I think, is a good thing. Now I feel like I need to do something else with these. You know what else the shelves look really good as? I was looking at this the other day. Or maybe just one. One or two of these. They 100% look like the hem numbering signs that they have in a chapel, right? Every church building I've been in, seeing hem number 186 and 147 and whatever. Yeah. You have a nature park that, oh yeah, I bet. There's a waterfall I like to go hiking at once in a while. Beautiful waterfall. It's up. It's fun. It's driven primarily from spring runoff, which is cool. And I think there's also a spring up there too, but it goes through a crack in the rock, so it's almost a cave. And then it comes out and the water flows down. When you get up to that sort of cave, that area is so bad with mosquitoes at certain times of year. Oh, it's not great. Okay. This is kind of doing okay. I feel like the planks are wrong. Maybe what I need to do here is come at this with logs and just continue the this the sort of smoothness I get from those from the shelves here. All right, let's sleep and then we'll deal with this. All right, let's get some oak. Yeah, grab some oak logs here. That's not logs. Okay. All right, and then we'll just strip those. Yeah, that's better. It's just the texture on the planks is just a lot. Okay, and then this is good. We've got our cool little shadow under there, which is interesting. This honestly, this wall is feeling kind of flat, which it is. Yeah, it definitely needs a little bit of something here. I don't know what, but it definitely needs something. But here we're good. We've got our shutters. We've got a nice windowsill. All right, I think there's some work that needs to be done out here, but that's a good start. So now let's figure out what disaster I've created for myself on the inside of this building. Oh, good. The looks like the spider has, I hope anyway, it has shoved itself up in a corner between the little the crown molding. So that's lovely. All right. Okay, so what I could do in here, I could basically mirror what I've got outside, right? I could replace these stairs here in the middle, right? And we could do windowsills, right? I come in here like so. This becomes a block. Ah, no, no. You do the thing. You do the thing, and we are all happy with the thing. Okay, I know I have them here somewhere. Right? I could do something like this. And then curtains. We can get some banners. We'll hang some banners here. Honestly, this feels wrong. Maybe it is wrong. Let's put the shelves in here. That might be okay. And still with the banners. That might work. Okay, now I could still try to get in and give the wider shelves up top, you know, power those bottom shelves, but honestly, I think we're okay here. All right, so if I do banners, what would be good? Probably red. Probably red, because churches tend to theme themselves. I don't think I have any red over here, though. Awesome. All right, so what I'm going to need to do then... All right, let's go get some red wool. So that's not my ender chest. There it is. All right. Well, fortunately, my wool farm is just a hop, skip, and a jump through the nether, so go do that. Yeah, I think... See, I don't typically use banners very often because, honestly, it's really hard to use them in any way that looks reasonably good. You are not supposed to be here. No. Get back through that portal. I don't care which portal. Just get back through one of them. Here. Come here. That's right. Thank you. All right, we'll pick up that lead when we go back through. All right. So we're going to come over here and get ourselves some wool. That's the only problem. I put the iron golem down in the basement of the red brick store because there are the nether portals there, and I wanted to be sure that they just didn't pile up. I mean, yes, they despawn eventually and all that stuff, but not what I'm looking for. Oh, huh. Wool farm's over here. I like this building. This one's a little boring on the ends, but this one's all sorts of fun. Just with all the bamboo and the plants and the... What is that? Magenta wool behind the bamboo? This one's fun. This has a cool vibe to it, you know? Maybe a little something up there would be helpful, but... Anyway. I have a hard time. So many of my buildings end up becoming just square. Which, you know, there's a reason buildings are square or rectangles and things like that, but yeah. No, we'll sit here, we'll do this with red, and I think it's going to be great. Because, yeah, we've got all the good stuff. Right, we'll get, yeah, this way. And I have to go through the other portal, which is where I want to be anyway, so that's good. Yeah, like I said, most churches will be themed. They'll have a basic color scheme, and that's what they use for everything, right? The pews and the carpets and everything will be all that color. If they paint things, you know. Did the lead not? Maybe it despawned? Shouldn't have despawned. I wasn't gone that long. All right, hang on. I need to go see if I can find my lead. Not that I'm actually that desperate for leads. There it is. It just stayed in the nether. Cool. All right, we're going this way. The lead is going back in the bundle. Man, I've really gotten to like bundles. What I might find is a mod that lets, if you've got more than like 12 items in your bundle, still allows you to scroll through all of them. But I really like bundles for just some of those little things, you know? All right, curtains. Gently wafting curtains. Okay. Now we'll just curtain up here like that. Now maybe it would be better if I had a pattern on it or something, but we'll go with that. Now what I'd like to do is get some light over here as well. We've got plenty of light on this side because we've got the machine and it's lit, yo. Out here we're not so lit. Okay. All right, so we'll need to do something with that. Shelves, unfortunately, do block light, so I can't just cheat and slip a frog light or something back behind the shelf and have it shine through. I could do that if those were trap doors, however. And that would be interesting. Let's... Because I could continue this over here. All right, let's try this on one of these windows. Let's try this one. My axe. All right, so take those out. It's going to be a little bit awkward because... Okay, it's going to be a little bit awkward if I do this. But let's just put it in and see what it looks like. No. Frog lights are directional, right? Right, so I could do something like that. The problem is this block right here. Because I've got the spruce. Right, that just looks silly. Even if this were a spruce block, that would look silly. And I could put the frame in, or the shelf, but yeah, that just doesn't work. And I think it's because of the nature of those trapdoors. Do I have spruce trapdoors on me? No. Okay. Let's try that. I could also try it with birch trapdoors as well, which I also don't have on me, but I do have. Just not any place where I can find it. All right, birch trapdoors. We'll try those, and then I may have to craft up the spruce ones, which would be fine. All right, crafting it is. Those are pressure plates. Okay. All right, we'll try the spruce. I'm a little bit worried about the spruce being a little bit dark down there, but maybe it's okay. I do like the windowsill, though. Right, so I could do spruce. I think it's got the wrong vibe, but okay. The other option, again, would be to take like some birch and bring in the birch trapdoors. Now, using the birch does two things for me. One, it continues the color of the walls down below the windows. Okay. And two, it's not spruce. I mean, I love spruce. Spruce is one of my favorite woods in the game. Mangrove ranks right up there too. But spruce has a very medieval look to it. It very much looks like planks and barrels with metal. Not the vibe I'm going for here. Yeah. See what happens. Here, I've got light levels here. Let's take those out. Right, we put our... And see, everything goes dark. And that's because shelves block light. And that's part of the reason I want them there is... Or don't want... Or I want the light there, so it's brighter over here, and I don't have to necessarily worry about overhanging lanterns and things like that. But that just looks better. All right. All right, we'll light it some other way. That's fine. Okay. I mean, there really isn't a way that I could get... I mean, there is, maybe. I could get light shining through this. I'd have to replace... I can't replace... I mean, I don't know, let's try this. I had a wild thought. Okay, let's take that out. I'm going to put it back in a minute, but we'll... Let's see, because that goes there, that goes there. Put our stair back. Okay, so now we've got light, and now we don't. Okay, but if I were to do something silly like turn this upside down like that, now we have light. That's interesting. Okay. And we still have our shadow on the outside, which I want, right? This dark spot here. Hmm. Not totally thrilled with this gap here, but maybe it's okay. I mean, if I were to replace these panes with a solid block, that might, let's try that. Let's try that. I think I shoved my glass. All right, which blocks did I shove my glass in? All right, so let's replace the panes with blocks. Oh, of course, that pane's on the other side of the glass. Of course it is. I have to go pick it up, though. I have to. It's like a law. Okay. There we go. Got it. We're fine. Meanwhile, our wandering trader is doing a thing. All right. So let's think about the blocks here for a minute. So if I'm using full blocks instead of panes, right, we're doing kind of okay. Doesn't make a lot of difference on the outside of this. Sorry, it's got all foggy because of the snow. But honestly, those aren't bad. It's just the... And there is that gap there, but the gap looks a little bit better if I'm using the blocks and not the panes. So maybe we'll go with that. It's subtle. I'll give you that, but I think I can go with this. All right. And that has to be a stair, just to be sure. Yep. All right, let's get this side as well. That, for some reason, isn't a stair. Spruce stairs, which has to go that way. That one comes out, right? It has to go this way. There we go. All right, we put our... Well, that's just in the wrong place. All right, so that goes there like so. And then this guy goes out. And we replace it with the blocks. And then I can take the torches out. Okay, we're still a little dark on that side, but that's all right. I have stuff to do over here because of the, well, one, this honey, which is, it exists. I like it. It's just a problem. All right, so yeah, this is looking better, and our curtains are good. Okay. Yeah, outside we have shutters. In the inside we have curtains. Which makes sense. Heavy curtains are wonderful in cold climates because then you put them over your windows and they help keep your house insulated. Which is fabulous. And we've got a lovely view of the snowman. So. Oh, that's just... Sorry, I'm playing with the perspective. You look out, snowman. Giant snowman. Tiny snowman. Giant snowman coming to kill us. It's like Frosty's gone crazy or something. And yeah, that's just funny. I mean, Minecraft perspective is weird, but that is just... Yeah, that... Okay, no, we're fine. I'll stop playing with the perspective now. Anyway, and this one just looks right at it. Okay, so now what to do with Obviously, that wall needs something. That wall may just get a painting. Yeah, playing with perspective is fun. Yeah. You do it right and you get Lord of the Rings. You do it wrong and, well, we won't talk about that. Okay, so now let's, yeah, see, I think a painting on this wall is going to be the way to go. This is an exterior wall, so I can't put light on it, behind it or something and light it up, but that's okay. We'll find a good painting to go in there. Now, there are some things I do have to set up in here, which I think is going to make sense over here. So I need a water source because you're going to need to be able to fill water bottles, fill bottles with water to throw into the system to brew potions. So for that, we need a sink. You know what's really cool though? You can waterlog shelves. And then, I'd like to put light under it. Yeah, there are many variations. Unfortunately, this is the roof, so I can't put anything on the floor here. Okay, I could put something. Let's see. Okay, right, that's right there. All right, yes, we have many sink variations we can do. But it would be handy. Now, you only need a water source block to fill bottles. Okay, it doesn't have to be an infinite anything. On the other hand, it would be kind of cool. So, let's see what... No, I'm not going to put that in there. I feel silly doing that. So let's see, what would be fun for a sink? Let's come at this with deep slate, I think. Obsidian. Yeah. I want obsidian stairs. Can we get obsidian stairs? I would like to go walk up the obsidian stairs, and it would be great. Tile? Sure, why not tile? Bed? Bed. All right. We got it. We're good. We got all the things and stuff and things. What if we were to take this and bring it... Do something like that? Close. Close. Let's go here, here, and here. And then we can build up some cabinets and stuff around the outside. Furnaces. Like we can drop a furnace back here, which would be good. Right, this is outside, right? Yeah. And this is also, it's not outside, but it's a wall with two visible sides, so that's not going to be a thing. All right. Well, I'm going to need more water than I have, so awesome. But that'll go there, and then water source. Ah, there's water over here. Yes, because yeah, all the water over here. It's all good. Okay. So we'll just grab a little here. This will work out nicely. Sorry, the Voxy mod is cool. It does weird things with lighting at a distance, but it still looks cool. To be able to just look out across the... There's my tree farm, way over there. All right. Okay, so we do things. All right, like... There we go. So there's a sink. Now it would be even better if I could put some, I could put tripwire hooks, right, as a faucet. It would be cooler if I could do, ooh, interesting. It'd be cooler if I could do a tripwire hook right here on the line, which of course I can't. What if we change something here, though? I have an idea. It's definitely an idea. What if I take... Let's try putting this... No, that was the right way. Okay. What if that goes there? And I might... This might break how the waterlogging is going to work, unfortunately. If it does, oops, it'll be silly. But, all right, so waterlog that. Okay. And then what if I were to turn this way? No, hang on. We'll get it. That goes there. This comes out and goes there. It gets wet everywhere. Fortunately, my redstone is still dry, and dry redstone is good redstone, so yeah, that's the theory. So, anyway, if I were to put this like, nope. Hi, I need you to go, I need this to go like that. I may have to take this out first. That goes that way. This, if I were to put it like, no. I want this to go here, and I want it to not turn that. Darn it. All right, hang on. I need to block this. Also, I'm going to go take a quick run to the restroom, and then I'm going to come back and deal with this. So I will be back in just a moment. Because I need golems to drop to their death, not wander around aimlessly in random caves, okay? That's not why I'm hiring them. I'm hiring them to die a horrible, agonizing death by fire. And I'm sure they're perfectly fine with it, you know, because that's just the way iron golems are. And, you know, they're totally okay with their imminent destruction by flame. It's just, I think it's just born into their little irony hearts. Well, either that or they like irony, one of the two. I actually maybe think it's probably the latter. Okay, I am back, and still have an itchy nose. Okay, so how am I going to solve this? Maybe I just do this way. Oops. I want that to go... Basically, what I want this to do is I want this to... I want a wall. That's what I want. I want a wall. Not like that. But not like that. It's giving me a weird corner, and I don't want the corner. What I want is all the water everywhere, apparently. I want that to go like that. I suppose. Well, and then I want this to go here. Wow, this is annoying. This is really annoying, trying to get this block to do what I want it to do. All right, maybe we don't. What if we do this? And these go. Hang on. I can do it. That goes that way. This goes this way. And then this goes like something else. Hi. I am pouring water all over the build. Can we not do that, please? Thank you. Boy, that is just a problem. Yeah, no, that just stinks. All right. All right, so we'll just, I'll just go with what I had. And that's fine. All right. Oops, hey, this is facing the wrong way. All right, we're good now. Yeah, I was sort of hoping I could get sort of a divided sink thing going on here, but that's just not how this was going to sort itself out. All right, cool. All right, so I had this over one of these boxes somewhere. I don't. Not that one. That was the brick. All right, that one back there. Cool. All right, so this one. Let's get a furnace. Just want to do a regular furnace, or do I want to do blast furnaces? Or smokers? Maybe we'll do one of each. Because the cool thing is they look different, right? Right, so we can do something like that. Okay. And... okay, the other thing I want to do here is I think I want to get a... brewing stand. I'm going to have to go craft one. Fortunately, I know where I have blaze rods to do it. Yeah, I need some cabinets up here. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Right, so this is done. Done with. Let's get a blaze rod so we can get a brewing stand. And I'm going to need more rockets. It's all right. Ow. I need a new face because slamming one's face into a wall at high speed turns out to be somewhat uncomfortable in the long run. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't like slamming my face into a wall. I freely admit I'm weird and all, but I don't think that's the part of me that's weird, you know? Okay. So, do I still have those barrels on me that I made up earlier? I do. Perfect. Smooth stone. I can't remember if it's stone or if it's cobblestone to make a brewing stand. Cobble. Awesome. All right. Stone goes back there. Cobble goes back in there. Awesome. Great. So take our brewing stand. I think I'm going to put it on this side. Let's take some barrels up here. All right. That's doing okay. I am going to need some light. So lanterns and stuff, of course, are fairly common. Ooh, if I do this. Okay. That'll be good. And I could even take some of these birch planks. Because I do want some light up here. So not that barrel there bugs me, the one on the end. But if I change that, I probably have to change the other one because I can't avoid the symmetry. I must symmetry. Okay. All right. So no, that's breaking the roof up there a little bit. Okay. And that's fine. There are lots of ways to break things, and that's definitely one of them. Okay, so instead, what are we going to do here? I mean, the barrels are fine as cabinets. Said I don't necessarily like seeing that on that side, but you know, whatever. I would like to get some more light in this though. Maybe I just go cheap. Somewhere here, I have lanterns. If anybody remembers which shulker box it's in, let me know. We've got ominous bottles. That's great. I've got glowstone. That's not what I'm looking for. Did I not bring any sort of lanterns over here? All right, fine. One of these boxes. Okay. All right, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. And we'll craft it. All right, let's just craft up a couple of lanterns. And we'll just set one. I mean, it's fine. All right, so we've got that going. It's a reasonable little kitchen area, but definitely a place where you can come. And it said you can store bottles in here and all sorts of good stuff, right? Let's see. Signs aren't bad, actually. If I were to bring the signs across like that, it might be okay. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Okay, so this is all going to come down here. We've got stuff happening this way. Like I said, I need a painting on the wall here. I can craft a painting. I just don't know what painting would be good there, or how big a painting would be good there. Like something like. I mean, I don't think there's a 5-block wide painting, but something like that might work. 5 would be best though. 2. Yeah, let's see if there actually is a 5-block wide painting. we may have to deal with just whatever there we go. Whatever size vertical heights Minecraft is going to give us, but let's see if there is a painting that is. These are all 2x4. 4, 4, 4, 4. 4 might be the largest one, which would be unfortunate. 4, 3x4. Yeah, I don't think there's one that's 5 blocks wide. All right. So, all right. So a 3x4 or a 4x4 would be good then. So unpacked might be a good one. 4x3, maybe that might work. Let's try it and see. Okay, obviously all the torches need to go away. Okay, but right. 4x3. Yeah, actually I probably could slide that over one and be okay. But that's not the one I want to do. All right, so 4x3 then. Let's see, skull of fire. Nope. 4x3. What do we have here? 4x2 is the fighters. Yep. Kong, no. That's the wrong feel. Though I've been to some youth activities where they would absolutely love having a giant game of Pong happening up on the wall or something. All right. We'll go 4x4. That'll work. Okay. And that's going to go over here right about. Okay, so probably right here. It's fine. Other than the fact it's dark over here, it looks fine. Okay, I do think I want to. Do I want to give this thing a frame? See, the problem is it's an even number and an odd numbered wall, so it's going to be off center. But it's good though. I don't know. Maybe it would be better over just because of the slants of the roof. So that would be okay. Let's take one more look. Maybe I think there was a 3x4. That one. This one might be interesting. Okay, so this one would go here. Do I want it in the center of the room? So if it's centered, it goes there. And actually, that's not bad. It needs light. It definitely needs light, but otherwise it's not bad. What I'm going to do with that is, let's see. Let's get some birch stairs. I need end rods. I don't know that I have any here, but I need them. So I might have to head back to my base and go get some end rods. I'm going to put those in like so. I'm going to, I think, yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the trapdoors. I could do slabs, but I think the trapdoors might be kind of what I'm looking for. Maybe. All right, let's go get the. Yeah, let's head back to my base. We'll get some end rods. This room still feels empty. I think there's some places where I can put in some I don't know, some greenery or something, planters, things like that. Or maybe some redery. Some netherwort would be good. Right, because obviously having a little bit of netherwort right there for easy access, dude. Okay. All right, well, hopefully. And I'm now out of rockets. Well, that's fine. We'll get some. We'll get some when we get back to the base. We'll get some end rods. And then I think that will do it, and we'll maybe good. I don't know. We'll take a look. But there's definitely some more decorative nonsense that needs to happen in that room. But I think we're in a good place. I think we've got some good stuff sort of shaping up in that room, and it's going to be a long, skinny room. There's not much I can do about it with the brewer there, but otherwise, I think it's going to be okay. So let's see if I can glide nicely to the portal. All right. Oh, yeah. And we're good. Nice. Yep, I was looking at upgrading the server over Christmas, but it turns out a couple of the mods I use, the Zero's map mods, are not available for 1.21.11 yet, because he's doing some bigger updates that he just doesn't have. Okay, so he just doesn't have it all out and tested and ready for that yet. So okay, so grab some rockets, put those away for a minute. Okay, all right, and back to the church we go. So we'll get these lights in, and I think there are going to be some nice light bars around the outside of the painting. All right. And back we go. This way. All right. And I think 4 rockets is enough to get us there. It's a bit of a flight. But with flight duration 1 rockets anyway. Fuse duration 3, you'd probably only need like 2, but or maybe even just 1 for that matter. Okay, and we need to go through here. All right, this way. This way. I think this is going to look good when these are in place. And more to the point, I think the painting is going to look good because it's going to add a bunch of light around the outside of the painting. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I think that works. Maybe it would be better if those were slabs at the base. Or, you know, at the corners rather than stairs, but let's try that. Let us give it a try. Somewhere here, I put all of my birch slabs. Or I just didn't have any in the first place. That's fine. Okay. All right, we'll put those in. Let's see what this looks like. And then I think we can probably call it for today. All right, that goes there. Oops, come on. Can do it. Or, you know, not. All right. All right. They're actually not too bad up top. I'm not totally thrilled with what's happening down here. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll let's try turning them sideways. That's better. We'll not do that up top. We'll leave the slabs up there. But that's not bad. Let's... I was just wondering if I wanted to maybe put some slabs in there, but I think we're okay. It's a little bit annoying that we get this sort of darker stripe in the middle, but I can live with that. So yeah, it's a little bit of a, well, so it's a little bit of a long empty room. So it's some decorative stuff here on the sides I think will be fabulous. But all in all, not too bad. Maybe this would be better as polished, but whatever, we're okay. So we've got some water, so we can get water bottles. Right, we can throw blaze powder in. Right, you know, all the good stuff. And if we need to, it's possible to check on the brewing stand and the hopper that's inside there. Okay, pretty good. Not fabulous. Yet. No, we'll leave the trapdoor there. No, and that should be down, just because it'll be easier to operate. Okay, that'll work. And said, yeah, you can take these out and put shulker boxes in it to load up potions and stuff. This wall is going to need some work, but overall, I think this is getting better. Do I still have some of that light dye? I think I put that in here. I do. Let's take some of this light gray dye. And I need bits. I didn't bring them over with me. Well, all right, hang on. I just want to get this done. We're going to teleport real quick. Sorry, I don't like to abuse the teleport, but we've got one last thing to do, and then I need to be done. So we'll just get this done really fast, and hopefully I've got glow squid bits here. I should. Third thing, they should exist right here. Yes. Awesome. All right, so let's teleport back here. Great. And I don't like to abuse that, but it is kind of nice to have when I can use it. All right, so we'll head up. We'll just light up those signs, excuse me. And then I think at least this phase of the art decorative nonsense will be done. Okay, yes, see, that's better. Though I might change the color of that. The white is good. Maybe changing it to something else like that would probably be better with a light blue or a cyan. This might be good with yellow or orange. One of One of those would be good, just to help make it more obvious that what goes there. But otherwise, I think we're in good shape. All right. And so that, I think, is going to be a good place to stop. So let's go ahead and jump back here to the webcam. I want to thank you all for joining me today. It's been a lot of fun. I want to give a special shout out to my supporters over at musicfreegaming.com. They are coming up right there. If you'd like to become a supporter, go to musicfreegaming.com. Sign up for one of the membership plans there. You get some behind the scenes access and some other cool stuff. So check that action out. Next stream will be Tuesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yep, Daylight Savings Time doesn't kick in till April, I think. So Mountain Standard Time it is. And until then, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.